Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel run by PMC Primary Education Department. I'm Pradnya Ganu and today we are going to see Environmental Studies Part 1. Let us talk about our Earth and our solar system. Here in this picture we can observe night sky. Normally when we observe night sky, we see stars and moon in the sky. Some appear to be very prominent and bright, while some are very faint. Why is it so? And do you observe stars during daytime? Let us get these questions answered. Let us talk about stars first. There are many heavenly bodies, we can say, in the sky or in the space. Out of those are stars. They have their own light and they are twinkling. That is why shine very bright. And hence, at the night time, when everywhere it is dark due to sunset, stars' light shines brightly because they have their own light. Do you know even sun is a star and it is the brightest one and largest one. Now let us talk about planets. These are another heavenly bodies present in the sky. Unlike stars, they are non-twinkling heavenly bodies. Stars have their own light, but planets they do not have. How do they get light? They get light from the sun. Hence all the planets they revolve around the sun. Here in this case, all these planets they revolve around the sun because sun is the star giving light to all the planets. Now what is revolution and what is rotation? Later on in the next video, we are going to learn in detail about it. But for now, let us remember that planets revolve around a star that is sun and they rotate around themselves simultaneously. What is a solar system but? Since then we are talking about the solar system. Stars are there, planets are there, sun is the main star. And what is the solar system? As the name suggests, solar, it is derived from the name sun. Since sun is at the center and all the planets they revolve around the sun, it is named as the solar system. Sun is a star present at the center around which all the heavenly bodies, that is planets, satellites, dwarf planets, asteroids and meteors, they revolve. In all, there are 8 planets revolving around the sun. Let us have a look at all these planets. Here is the first one, Mercury. It is closest to the Earth. It is closest to the Sun. Then comes Venus. Here is our own planet, Earth. Life exists on Earth. As in the picture, we can see Moon is present along with Earth since Moon is a satellite of Earth and revolves around the Earth. Then comes Mars, which is closest to Earth. It appears to be red in color and we have studied a lot about Mars. Then comes Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet. This is Saturn, which has a peculiarity of rings around it. Then comes Uranus, and the last one is Neptune. Now, how is it that all these planets they revolve around the sun in a particular orbit? Do you think they collide each other? Never. And why is it so? It is because of gravity. What is gravity? In simple language, we can say that gravity is the force of attraction or pull. So what happens in the solar system? The sun is the star which tries to attract all the planets towards itself. And vice versa, what do planets do? Planets try to move away from the sun. Now these are two exactly opposite forces which are known as gravity. And because of these two opposite forces, the planets they keep on revolving around the sun in a particular orbit. Orbit we can say in a simple sentence, a path on which planets revolve. So that is gravity. Even our Earth exerts gravitational force, and that is why all the objects they are in place, stable on the land or get attracted towards the Earth. Now let us talk about satellites. Up till now, we saw that in the solar system, planets exist, stars exist, sun is the main star. Now let us talk about the satellites. What are satellites? They are also heavenly bodies, but what do? They revolve around the planets. In the other case, planets revolve around the sun, which is a star, while satellites, they revolve around the planets. But do they have their own light? No, they get their light from the sun itself. Here, Earth has a satellite, that is Moon. It is a natural satellite of Earth and it does get light from sun. That is why in the night sky, Moon appears shining brightly. But only that part of Moon is visible on which sun's light falls, since it gets light from sun. That is why we can see different phases of the Moon. And since Moon is Earth's satellite, it keeps on revolving around Earth. And along with that satellite, Earth also revolves around sun. This is how full moon appears in the night sky. It does not have its own light, but it gets light from the sun. Now, let us talk about man-made satellites. We saw that moon is the natural satellite of Earth, but there are few man-made satellites. As the name suggests, man has created or made these satellites for certain purpose. These satellites are placed in the orbit around the Earth and they revolve around the Earth in the particular orbit, that is a path. Since moon also revolves around the Earth in its own orbit, these are the satellites made by man placed in a particular orbit. And how? That we are going to learn later on in the same video. What do these satellites do? They remain in the space for many years and provide information. Of course, some are brought back, but what is the use of these satellites? They provide information about agriculture, environment, weather forecasting. Nowadays, we get updates on our mobile phones, laptops, and in the news channels regarding climate and weather forecast. It is going to rain heavily, there will be light drizzles, it is going to shine brightly, the summers are hot. All these details we get because of satellites. And the most important one is telecommunication. Just now you're going to watch my video on YouTube channel only because of this telecommunication possible because of the man-made satellites. We can talk with each other on mobile phones, telephones, we can send emails, we can see videos. It is only thanks to the technology which man has developed gradually. Placing these satellites in the orbit around the Earth is a bit difficult task and it needs rocket technology or space technology. In this case, the objects are sent in space against gravity. We have learned earlier what is gravity. It is either a force of attraction or a pull. Now, in case of Earth, as I told you, exerts gravitational force. It attracts everything towards itself. That is why we can walk on land. All the objects that are thrown high up in the sky come down. They fall down. It is because of the gravitational force exerted by Earth. If we have to send an object in space against this force, it requires very powerful rocket and a lot of fuel. So a tremendous quantity of fuel is burned while sending rocket or spacecraft into space. It also weighs very high. Thousands of tons is its weight. So spacecrafts need very powerful rocket and lot of fuel to be sent into the space in a particular orbit, of course. The spacecraft remains in space. It keeps on revolving and sends information. Some are brought back to Earth when the work is done. They are sent for a particular mission and after that brought back to Earth. Some might land on other planets and satellites. You must have heard about Chandrayaan. We Indians, we have developed and sent a satellite on moon. That mission was known as Chandrayaan. ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, did this mission successfully, and that too 2 times. Also, we have sent it on Mars. So these are the planets and satellites on which the spacecrafts they may land. Sometimes scientists have to travel through spacecraft. They are known as astronauts. They are on a particular mission, like Rakesh Sharma. He was the first Indian astronaut who went to space, traveled to space in the year 1984 and spent about 8 days in the space station on a particular mission of ISRO. When this man went into space and saw our Mother Earth, and particularly India, the words that he said was, Sare jahan se acha. It's indeed really very, very beautiful. Now we are going to talk about dwarf planets. As we have described planets, they revolve around the sun and they do not have their own line. Dwarf planets also are the planets revolving around the sun but are very, very small. As the name suggests, dwarf means very, very small. They revolve independently. They have their own orbit to revolve around the sun. The best example of this is Pluto. This was earlier included in the solar system of 9 planets, but was later on declared to be a dwarf planet. And the last part that we are going to talk about is asteroids. Up till now, we saw that certain heavenly bodies like satellites, planets, stars, and man made satellites too are present in the solar system. Along with these, asteroids are also present. Like you can see in the image, these are stone like structures present in number of many, and that too in a particular belt in between Mars and Jupiter. So the belt in between these two planets is called asteroid belt, and these heavenly bodies, they are present in a large number in between these two planets, Mars and the biggest planet, Jupiter. They may collide each other and they have consequences. In the next video, we shall see the gist of all that we have learned till now. So here we can see the solar system of 8 planets, asteroids, meteors revolving around the sun. This is our planet Earth, where life exists. Along with all the other planets, it also revolves around the sun in a particular orbit. The dotted lines that we can see are the orbits or the paths of the particular planet. Sun is at the center, providing light to all the planets. It provides light to Moon also. Moon is the natural satellite revolving around the Earth. And along with that, Earth revolves around the star Sun. In between planets Mars and Jupiter, the biggest planet, there is a belt present called asteroid belt. The stone-like structures, present many in number, are the asteroids present in this belt. In the next video, we shall learn motions of the Earth. Till then, stay tuned, stay connected.